Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another TheNetherGamers video. It's a flash video again. Connor with me.
Before you press on the key to start, actually click on the window.
Good point. I'm on the window.
Now click on the flash key.
There we go. This is a rational Redux, as you can probably see.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Irrational is a game not so much about finding the right answer as knowing why that answer is right. Because of that, you might find that sometimes the answer you think is right isn't. In each level, you'll be given logical arguments or proposition calculus if you're feeling flashy. It's your job to select the missing lines and complete the puzzle. It's your job to prove your rationality.
Okie dokie.
As an example, 1. If you are a rational human being, then you will have no problems with this game. 2. You are a rational human being. 3. Therefore you will have no problems with this game. In this example, line 1 tells us there's a logical connection between rational human beings and game playing. Line 2 tells us that we are indeed dealing with a rational human being. Line 3 concludes that because the nature of player, line 2, fits the connection, line 1. Line 1's conclusion is true. You will be good at the game.
Okay.
Remember, the hints are there to guide you through the game, so don't be afraid to use them if you're stuck. Good luck.
Okie dokie.
Level 1.
You have to click to make it all work. Yeah.
I think, therefore I am. As certainties go, knowing that you're some kind of thinking thing, some kind of living thinking thing isn't exactly helpful. Knowing it's bloody dark doesn't get you much further. You try to remember where you are, but you recall nothing. The cold metal floor beneath you suggests that you've not been here long. It's possible, of course, that you've only just been born, but lying face down in the dark, you're forced to accept that given your propensity for the English language and non-fetal state, it's more likely you've just forgotten how you got here.
Indeed.
Failing to find attractive alternatives, you decide to hum yourself a happy tune.
Yay.
Eventually, happy though it is, your attention is drawn to a lone, glowing red thing. Rising gingerly to your feet, you totter over to find that it's an LED attached to a light switch. Hazy though you are, you can just about form the thought process that lifts your finger to the wall. I would like the lights to come on. 2 is blank, therefore I should press the switch. If I would like the lights to come on, then I should press the switch. Pink elephants enjoy darkly lit rooms.
They do. Indeed.
If I do not want the lights to come on, then I should not press the switch.
If
I press the switch, then the switch will be pressed. It's obviously the first one.
Yeah.
If I would like the lights to come on, then I should press the switch, which means that
Yeah.
therefore I should press the switch.
True. Wow, this is a pretty cool looking room, bro.
So this right in the middle. You fumble the switch in the darkness until your surroundings resemble something close to a dimly lit room. You don't say. It's no great improvement, to suffice to say it's small, empty, and with no obvious exit. You half entertain the idea of intricately examining the environment, scavenging for anything that might, by even the most elaborate stretches of logic, prove to be useful, but you find yourself neither intricately minded nor the slightest bit interested. Investigate rolling on the wall.
Quite of course.
You notice then a series of sentences etched into the wall in one corner. They seem to have been written in some kind of red viscous liquid, though for all the world you can't quite put your finger on what it might be. Ink. If he's lost his memory, he can't remember what ink is.
True.
But he'd still have his language skills. Well, we're assuming
But
it's a he.
It could be blood.
We're kind of sexistly assuming it's a he just because of the intelligence. Well, I am anyway.
Well, I seen the hand, and the hand didn't look very female.
Women can have masculine hands, because women can do hard labour. No, not giving birth, I mean a job where they have to use the hands a lot, and not one like that.
You can make anything sound really bad, can't you?
I can. There's something very subtle bothering you about the scrolling's logic. Many people believe that a perfect God exists. 2. If many people believe that a perfect God exists, and that belief is not in error, then a perfect God exists. 3. If a perfect God exists, then he would not allow that belief to be in error. 4. The assumption is blank. 5. Therefore the belief is not in error. Many people believe that a perfect God exists, and that belief is not in error. Therefore a perfect God exists. So the assumption has to be, yeah. Oh, Marmite is best with cheese.
Yes.
Course.
Yeah, of course.
Right. The assumption: if many people believe that a perfect God exists, then a perfect God does not exist.
No.
Well, that's wrong. If a perfect God exists, then many people believe in a perfect God. No. Many people do not believe. No, that's got nothing to do with it. It would have to be a perfect God exists.
Yeah. But therefore a perfect God exists on bottom.
But that's an assumption, and that's proving it.
Oh yeah.
It's either that or it's the first one. Well,
It's
not
either
the
that or
first
the
one, the
second
second
one.
one.
Oh, we'll try that one there.
Sure.
Ah. Okay.
You celebrating would lead the argument ripped metaphorical shreds by your razor-sharp deduction. It's circular, the assumption that it's missing is the same as the conclusion. While you're impressed by your own prowess, it's hardly told you anything more about your situation. You may as well still be in the dark. Before you can corner yourself into a circular argument, and before you can wonder how one can be cornered by a circle at all, your machinations are cut short by an urgent ticking and whirring. These are exciting sounds because they're the first sounds you can ever recall hearing. Somewhat exciting by default then. Tick-a-tick.
Yeah.
Those things are awesome.
And how?
But have you not noticed the fact that, like, it's got nothing to type on?
Well,
So
it's got something to type onto the paper.
Well, no, but I mean, it writes, because you can see that there, the nib.
Yeah.
Well, not a pen, but it's the equivalent of a pen. But there's nothing to input anything on.
I know.
So it can output, but not input. And yet it's outputting the message. From within the wall, before it extends what appears to be some kind of machine. This information doesn't blow you away. On closer inspection, it turns out to be a ticker tape machine.
Oh, yeah.
How can he not know what ink is? But he knows what a ticker tape machine is.
Yeah.
So you can't even say a strange contraption of putting couple pieces of paper, because he wouldn't know what paper is. Not really.
But I didn't know what the metaphor was.
If he's got amnesia to the point that he doesn't know what ink is, it's a bit strange.
Yeah.
From within the ticker tape machine sprawls reams of ticker tape, coiling down and onto the floor, for want of anything more or even at all interesting to do. You examine the paper more closely. It reads: do you think that's oxygen you're breathing? Assuming the laws of human biology haven't been broken, yes, you do rather. If I am alive, then, well,
I am breathing oxygen and all the human.
The laws of human biology have been broken, or I am not alive. No. Yeah, 2. I am alive, and the laws of human biology haven't changed, therefore I am breathing oxygen. So
if I am alive, then I am breathing oxygen.
But there is no if I am alive. It's I am alive. I was doing the second one before the first one. I'm alive, and the laws of human biology. You spelled biology wrong?
I know.
And yet, typed it right. Unless the person's forgot how to spell biology.
True, but that wouldn't explain, because he'd technically be writing the word biology didn't type that out part on the wall, wouldn't he?
Anyway, if I'm alive,
I am breathing oxygen.
The laws of human biology have been... No.
Have not
if I am alive, then
I am breathing oxygen,
or the laws of human biology have been broken. I'm alive, I mean, yes.
Yep. Lovely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm breathing oxygen, you say to no one in particular. the contraption wise back into life. So I'm assuming that the square boxes are sort of narrative, and the circular are things you actually say.
Yeah, I technically guess that as well.
Test 1 complete. Test 2
queued.
Any questions? Ask about the machine.
You have to leave though.
But there's no way out that we can see.
True.
And if we only get one question.
True. You tell me what you are.
So yeah, you read the actual speech part.
Yeah.
No. All told, this is not the answer you've been looking for. It's in fact the exact opposite. Thought monitoring active. Subject thought process. Appropriate deductive reasoning.
You consider narrowly deciding the laws of biology haven't magically been altered to be a triumph of reasoning?
Negative. Triumph, a significant or noteworthy achievement. Subject deductive reasoning, adequate.
Gosh, thanks. Would you mind awfully telling me where I am?
Test 2 active. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. What can be deducted from this?
That you're not answering my questions.
If and only if Jack or Jill is ill, then no one will fetch any water. So if either of them are ill, they can't.
Yeah.
If Jill has eaten her Weetabix, then she will not fall ill. No one has fetched any water. Jill has eaten her Weetabix, therefore Jill is not ill, and Jack is ill. That was easy.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. So, Jack's yakking and Jill's A-OK. Easy.
Test complete, congratulations.
You know, I usually like to accept my congratulations with a side of let me the hell out of here.
Prime directive, assess problem solving ability. Humour irrelevant. You find yourself becoming less and less fond of this machine. You still know nothing of your location, nor of the nature of your captors. Even your own identity is beyond you, though you increasingly suspect a lengthy vocabulary and short temper are defining features.
Tell me who you are, tell me who I am, let me go.
Restate prime directive, assess problem solving ability. Argument to the contrary, impossible. Now that sounds remarkably like a challenge. You can try to find a way around the machine's logic and can find only one rational conclusion. If the prime directive is to assess me, and the machine always follows its prime directive, then the machine must assess me. If the machine releases me, then it cannot assess me. If the machine always follows its prime directive, the machine always follows its prime directive. The prime directive is to assess me. Therefore,
the machine cannot release me.
Must assess me. Therefore, the machine cannot release me.
Yeah! Nice.
So rationally speaking, there's no way for the machine to release you. Have you seen the way it's capitalising the T and the M? So it's actually,
it's actually called the machine. That's the name of it now.
It's referring to it like it's a person.
Yeah. Best
and
name
a conscious entity.
That'd be awesome. Letters, Mr. T Machine. Oh my god, Mr. T Machine.
No, it's not particularly that it's its name. It's given it an identity.
Well, imagine that Mr. T Machine letters coming to it. It's like I pity the write that little note. I pity the fool.
So rationally speaking, there's no way for the machine to release you. Although this is a perfectly logical conclusion, it's not in the slightest bit the one you'd sought. Perhaps this whole logic thing is overrated. While it seems to be useful, it does nothing whatsoever for your mood. Emotion and logic equals incompatible. Control yourself. You're not sure you agree. Current subject emotion, annoyance.
I'd use a term starting with F and ending in off, but you're close enough.
You take a few of what you hope are caustic strides, but it's clicked itself, it seems. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention now. Hey, over here, why won't you be my friend? Taking punitive measures in 5, 4, 3.
Wait, I'm paying attention. And in answer to your question, friends don't tend to threaten one another with punitive measures.
Thank you, subject. To improve motivation, the next test is from Your Politics. Formulate an argument logically proving that Michael Atkinson is a douche. So, starting from 3, if, as Attorney General, Michael Atkinson parks in disabled spaces, or Australia is wrong to ban video games, then he is a douche. There is no evidence that video games are more dangerous than films, therefore video games should be treated similarly to film. Therefore Australia is wrong to ban 18+ rated games, therefore Michael Atkinson is a douche. So,
If Michael Atkinson does not park in disabled spaces, then he is not a douche.
if there is evidence that video games are more dangerous than films, then video games should not be treated similarly to films.
If Michael Atkinson does not park in disabled spaces, then therefore he is not a douche.
But there is no, therefore he is not a douche there. So you would have to state the obvious. If there is the obvious on opposite, if there is no evidence that video games are more dangerous than films, then they should be. What do you think?
Wait, is the one about banning video games? I didn't read them properly.
No, Michael Atkinson parks in disabled spaces. Michael Atkinson does not park in disabled spaces.
If he does not park in disabled spaces, then Australia is right. It would be right to ban the game for.
But there's no other.
So let's try it like that and see if we're right.
Or false.
Dang! It's because they're both the same thing, basically.
But opposites.
Yeah.
If they're wrong to ban video games, he's a douche, and if he parks in disabled spaces, he's a douche.
What is?
So if he parks in disabled spaces, video games, no. It's
Should not be treated similarly to films. Because they're being banned.
false. We don't even know which one's false, so we could ask Brain.
That's brain. What is asking brain actually?
This is almost like taking your training wings off a real life. So glad I'm your brain and no one else's. So we know what we're trying to prove, something derogatory about someone called Michael. In addition to that, we have facts in line 3 and 4 to build on. What we need to do is form 2 logical connections to those lines. Start with what we know. There is no evidence that video... See, that's what in 3 and 4 though. Just make sure, damn sure that new fact is something that connects with line 3 and proves something useful. Here's some more clues while I take a quick nap. Line 1 should prove the conclusion in line 5. 2 should do the same for 6. Line 6 finally just does. So I was right about the second part. It just goes into the first part. If there's no evidence, then he should not be. So
Cho-cho?
these need to be changed, not something else.
One relates to 5. So.
Yep. And said 2 to 6, didn't it?
Yeah, Australia is wrong to ban 18 plus rated games.
Can you use the same one twice?
No, it's not right. If it does not park in disabled spaces, then video games should be treated similar to films. Yeah?
See?
It takes longer than we thought this video.
Oh well.
Oh well, good game.
So if video games should be treated similarly to films,
Yeah. It should say something about Australia being right or wrong to ban the game. It's not saying that they should or shouldn't be treated similarly. But to make a little bit of that would make a little bit more sense. There's always someone watching this raging at us going, "It's obvious!" 3 and 4 gives us the answers to it, apparently, but they relate to 5 and 6. There was no evidence that video games are more.
7.
Yeah, there is no evidence that suggests video games are more dangerous films. Therefore, video games should be treated more stomachable.
It says 6 justifies 7. So if Australia is wrong to ban 18 and rated games,
No, because
6 justifies 7. That's what our brain said.
yeah. What do you have to say? Okay.
Have you seen that the way they actually used this?
No.
Do you know what that is, don't you?
Douche.
Yes. When we said we wouldn't swear on Flash games or reference inappropriate things.
Yeah, but that's not really fair because it's just sitting there. It's got written twice on the screen anyway.
You're not just saying the word.
Three times on the screen. It's got it there.
No, but saying the word douche isn't as bad as referring to what douche.
You realise we've been saying douche for half the video.
Yeah, but we haven't talked about what a douche actually is until we've just referenced it now.
Yeah. No, that's my fault. I'm sorry, Burma.
Of course.
Yeah. What's hiding behind all the writing is it? See? Can't do this.
You know, like that symbol that's on every single one? It's the old thing that can either be a duck or it can be a rabbit. You've only just realised that as well, haven't you?
Oh my god, I have.
So that's from rabbit.
Episode 3 about this. I know it's exactly the same thing, but
Putting it the other way around.
because it says there is no evidence.
Right.
So it's therefore.
See, when I see this, I like thinking of it as a rabbit, because why would a duck have a dint in the back of his head?
True.
So if you logically look at that, you would reason that it's a rabbit looking upwards, and that's its nose.
No.
Because what's this dint gonna be on a duck?
True. Alright, I understand that now.
Line 1 should prove the conclusion in line 5. Line 2 should do the same for 6.
So what's concluded in 6? Australia is wrong to ban 18 plus games.
If there's evidence. Let's fix that one first. No.
Should not be treated similar to games. Film Video. If Michael Jackson Park can say what this is, then there is not evidence that.
No, there is.
There should be. And there is not evidence?
I mean, I'm assuming we have the first one, right?
See, I don't know the first one.
I'm just not completer.
Yeah, because I don't think I have the room left.
because I usually think more logically than most.
I don't know. Let's think of
And rationally.
let's think about this. Let's try and think of this. If there's evidence, then they're right to ban me.
But they're wrong to ban it.
So therefore,
Because
there
it
is
says
evidence.
therefore, it says he's a douche and they're wrong. Which means he might not park in disabled spaces. Michael Atkinson does not park in disabled spaces. Video games should be treated similar to those.
Should not be.
No, because
We're trying to prove that he is.
yeah, but it's already right. It's already proved that he is by saying that they're wrong to ban 18 games. It doesn't say he parks in disabled spaces and they're wrong to ban video games. It hasn't proved he parks in disabled spaces at all. It's proved that they're wrong to ban 18 plus games.
So
It doesn't
if
have to
Michael
go.
Atkinson is all the wrong videos, then he is a douche. So which one of them is correct then?
So if Michael Atkinson does not park in disabled spaces,
Then
oh.
then there's no evidence.
There's not evidence there. Let's swap these around.
This is a difficult one. Hold on a minute. You changed from a pen to a quill. That makes no sense. You're going back in time now.
When I think back in time, a certain song pops into my head.
When I think back in time, I think back to the future.
Yep. Going Back in Time is a song off the Back to the Future soundtrack.
And you know what I get in my head?
Power of All.
Or
Oh God. I can't do this. I don't know why.
usually spot on with these.
So that's the point. It seems like we've got it, we just don't know which order to put them in. That's the problem.
Maybe just right side's body and mind. Not helping!
I didn't actually know that Monster had vitamin B12. Is this really what we're talking about?
No, we're being reduced to total hardware. We're gonna have to run it because we can't figure it. Yeah. So we're gonna have to apologise for those people. I'm afraid. The end.
I bet you I could do the ones after. It's just.
I bet you in about 20 minutes after we record this, you're sitting there. It's that! It's that! No!
No. But yeah, we're off to end it then.
Oh well. Thank you for watching this video. It was fun.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.